ankle weights today to help deepen the connection through the movements. If you don't have ankle weights, that's fine. Just observe, and then, maybe if you ever get them and want to try again, you can. So in addition to the ankle weights today, we're going to use a foam roller just to help a feel-good midweek kind of session. How does that sound? So I'm going to come onto the right side of my body. The foam roller is going to come back kind of underneath my rib cage, shoulder line, whatever feels most comfortable for you. So now we're going to use the foam roller kind of as a comfortable prop to help us find some length through our waist and maybe challenge just our upper body stability a little bit, right? Because that foam roller does like to roll. So click your heels together. Squeeze your knees together, square your hips and your shoulders, and your head is soft into your hand. Your left hand can be onto the eye of your left hip crease here, or it can be onto your foam roller. Whatever sort of helps you find that stability. Squeezing your heels together, we're going to open and close, and open and close. Moving into our clamshells. Full up, then into our full leg series, right? So in this position, something that happens quite often is we like to start to roll backwards. So a little trick that's helpful, place your left hand onto your eye of your hip crease and push that hip crease into your hand just a little bit, like back and forth, right? So the hand is pushing into your hip and your hip is pushing into your hand to help you square your pelvis. Hold that last one up and then we pulse. Pulse at 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and close it back down. Now the whole leg lifts and lowers, and lifts and lowers. And again, if you have that ankle weight, now you have more weight to lift, right? Which is good and bad. 4, last 3, give me 2. Last one of my favorites, we're going to lift that leg up, hold, we're going to externally rotate and internally rotate. Now this is a really little movement that I want you to focus on keeping that pelvis still. Again, you can always place the hand there, kind of check in with yourself, and then you're moving just with that leg, right? So just the femur bone is turning. 4, give me 3, ooh, last 2, and last 1. But you're going to go ahead and find that external rotation and hold. I want you to point through the foot, pull the knee towards your armpit, and then reach it away from you. And then pull in and lengthen it away, right? So with the weight out there, that is just harder for your obliques to hold that leg long. 4, and reach. Give me 3, and reach. Last 2, and reach. Almost there. Last 1. Reach it all the way out. Hold. You're going to turn the knees towards me so that you're back in that stacked position. Right now, I just realized in doing so, I brought my pelvis forward a little bit better. So I was rolling back just a little bit. Flex through the foot. You're going to kick it forward. 1, 2, point back. 1, 2, and flex. 2, and point. 2. Now, you may feel the foam roller wobble underneath you just a little bit. So part of that work is actually to keep the top of your head to your pubic bone nice and still. Think of this really as your leg walking. It's gliding forward and then pulling back. Last 2, pull. Last 1, and pull. Back through center, hold here. We're going to make circles. And I'm going to shoot for dinner plate sized circles, right? Now the up is that hardest part. Last one this way, we're going to reverse, circling it. 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1, and then back. Woo, and soften. So we're going to step that bottom leg forward and take just a little bit of a stretch if that feels good. Kind of pop the booty back or tuck it underneath you. Then we're going to move into our right adductors, right? So we worked the abductors of our left leg. Now we're going to work the complementary muscles on the inside. So staying in this comfortable position on our side, go ahead and flex through that right foot. And like your heel is on a string, I want you to pull the heel up like you're pulling that string. And soften. Lift and lower. lift, and lower. I like visualizing a little bit that the heel is picking it up too, right? So it's not the toes right now. It's almost like the heel is slightly higher than the toes. Woo. Almost there. 3. Last 2. And 1. Go ahead, lift that leg up, hold. Let's point through the foot now and draw circles. Smaller circles. 5, 4, 3. Last 2. And 1. Reverse. 5, 4, 3. Last 2. And 1. And then soften. Woo, take a breather. Now from here, go ahead and lengthen both legs. You're going to roll the foam roller out from underneath you, just to the edge, right? Your hand can hold on to it if that's helpful, whatever kind of feels good. Left hand is going to stay right here. Both legs now are going to work together to lift. So squeeze those legs together, pull up and soften, and up and soften, and lift. So do you remember our side lying stretch earlier? Right? Now, hopefully, guys, you feel the adductors and the abductors, right? Both sides of your body are working together. Last 4. Oh, my goodness. Give me 3. I feel my right adductor. 2. Almost there. Last 1. Squeeze and soften. Woo. Carefully pick yourself up. We'll swing our legs to the other side. Foam roller flips. Coming underneath again, sort of the rib cage. Heels are going to click together in line with your sit bones. And then your shoulders are in line with your pelvis. Hips are stacked. You can keep your hand onto that right ASIS point again if that's helpful. Maybe just for the first few reps. Maybe check in every now and then as you go. Externally rotating that top leg, not your waist, not your pelvis. Lift through those left obliques just a little bit. Last 4. Give me 3. Last 2. And 1. Now go ahead and lift it up. Hold pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And back down. Whole leg lifts and lowers. Now this is my weaker side. So for me, it may not look as big. It may not feel as dynamic, but it's definitely working. Last 3. Give me 2. And last 1. Now lift that leg up, hold. We'll move into a little external and internal. And external and internal. Woo. That internal is not going very far, right? That is the extent of my internal. But I'm really focused on the spiraling sensation, pulling sort of like the inside of my thigh in, turning it in. Last 1. Find that external rotation, hold. You're going to pull the knee in, and you're going to extend the leg long. And pull in, and reach. And in, and reach. Pull in, and reach. Last 4. And lengthen. Give me 3. Oop, there I went. I was rolling backwards. Last 2. Woo, a little different there. Last 1. Press it out. Hold here. Find that parallel position. So I'm just turning my leg so it's pointing more towards you. Flex through the foot. Kick it forward. 1, 2. Point back. 1, 2. And flex. 2. And point. 2. I'm visualizing a little bit like I'm dragging my toe through sand. Like I'm trying to draw a line or something in the sand. And 3. And point. Last 2. And point. Last 1. And point back through center, dinner plate sized circles. 5, 4, 3. Last 2. And 1. Oh my goodness, we reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then soften. Woo, pull that leg up underneath you. Take a stretch. Pop the booty back if that feels good. Tuck it underneath you. Good, so holding that leg where it's at, lengthen your left leg long. So I push down into this foot just a little bit. On both sides, I make sure I have a sense of like standing into my foot, kind of like bridge work. You're gonna point through the toes and you're gonna lift and lower, and lift and lower, and lift and lower, up and down, up and down, and 4, give me 3, last 2, and 1, oh my goodness, stay up for me, circles, small circles, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, we reverse, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and soften all the way down. Whew, right? So now part of the work, lengthen those legs out, lay yourself all the way down. We find our double leg lift in this position. Now you're going to stand into that right hand just a little bit and think that your legs are squeezing together. You're going to lift it up and down, and up and down. Wow, I don't feel like this is as big on this side. But I'm definitely squeezing. Lifting it up, almost there. 4, and down, and 3. Last 2, scoop it up. Last 1. 1 more for good measure, and soften. Woo, take a breather. All right, let's flip down, lying prone. That foam roller will stay in front of us, and our arms are going to reach over it. Arms are going to lengthen. Don't worry right now about the lift through that head, neck, and chest. I actually want you to keep it down for the most part. Sort of like you're looking at the mat, and we just want to work into our arms. So in this position, let's spiral the thumbs down as we push, kind of reaching our fingertips away, and then spiral the thumbs up as we pull. Remember, we're not actually lifting the head and neck yet. This is just our shoulders changing position. Find a comfortable position for your legs. Whatever is speaking to you today. They could be parallel. They could be a Pilates V. They could be as wide as the mat width. Lifting and lowering. Keep your low back safe. That's the only thing I kind of want you to focus on there. Last one. Now, stay lifted for me. Start to lift your head, neck, chest, and see just how much more maybe you come up. Now we're going to kind of move through that full range of motion, sliding it out, reaching it away, and then exhale, spiraling, lifting head, neck, chest. Start to push down into the foam roller just a little bit more to help yourself up. Lengthening, and then spiraling and lifting. Reaching through your legs. This is, again, another time when the weight around my ankles kind of helps with a grounding sensation through my legs. Let's do once more for good measure. Reaching, pushing energy down into that foam roller, lifting it up, 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 and soften everything back and down.